Hello everyone. Today I am going to guide you through the basic Excel functions that is very helpful and will make our lives easier, especially when we are facing a huge project list on Excel. So I'll be discussing the if statement, if error, lookup, Vlookup, and pivot. Let's proceed to if statement. If statement is used for checking if the variables are agreeing with the condition. So if statement has three parameters. To fully understand that, we have this example. We have student's name, grades, and the grading system. So we would like to check if these students' grades are equivalent to passed or failed. So we have Nika, Bernadette, Mingo, Sherlyn, Hannah. Their grades are 90, 18, 95, 89, and 73. To check if their grades are equal to passed or failed, we have this formula, equal sign, if, open and close parentheses. Inside that, our first parameter, we are going to choose this address cell because that is where we can find the grades. Our condition is if that grade is greater than 74.99, comma, it will input passed. But if it is less than 74.99, it will input failed. So here, if our statement and our condition is pass and failed. Our condition is if that grade is greater than 74.99, our condition, it will put pass. But if it is less than 74.99, it will input failed. I'm going to enter. And it says Nika's grade, which is 90, it is passed. So to know the other equivalent grades, we are going to copy, paste. You can see Bernadette's grade is 80, that is passed. Mingo got 95, and that is passed. Shirley got 89, that is passed. Hannah got 73, and that is failed because 73 is less than 74.99. In our condition, if it is less than 74.99, it will input failed. So that is what if statement. It is used for checking if the variables are agreeing with the condition. Let's proceed to if error. The if error function is used to catch and manage errors in formulas and calculations and return a more friendly result or message when an error is detected. To understand that, we have this example. So here, this is one of the errors that we can see in Excel. So this error, it means that this number cannot be divided by 0. So if we divide that, it will result to error. So for the users to fully understand the message or the result, we are going to use the if error to return a more friendly result or message when an error is detected. The formula for that is equal sign, if error, open close parentheses. Inside that, our first parameter, we are going to choose this num1 divided by this num2, comma. Here we can put our friendly message if an error occurred. So we can put div is 0, or we can also put error in calculation. So let's check if that will work. Enter, let's copy and paste. So here we can see that it returned a more friendly result or message because an error occurred, because 78 divided by 0 will result to this kind of error. So check equal sign 78 divided by 0. I'm going to enter. That will be the result. So we use the if error function to return a more friendly result, which is the error in calculation. For us, the users, to fully understand the result, we will use the if error if there is any error detected. So that is basically what if error is for. Next, let's proceed to lookup. The lookup function has two forms, the vector and the array. So this one is the vector. We are going to discuss the array later. So this lookup function is to look up a value in a one column range. So basically what will lookup function will do is to approximate match lookup in a one column or one range and returns the corresponding value from another one column or one row range. So our example here, we would like to get the price of cake. Let's put cake here for the items. We would like to input the price of cake. So in order to do that, let's proceed to the formula, equal sign, lookup, open and close parentheses. In here, first we are going to choose the address of the one who we need to find. So we need to find the cake. So we are going to click on this address cell, comma. Next is the value where we will find the value that we are looking for. So I am going to highlight this row because that is where we can find the value of the cake, comma. Lastly, we are going to highlight the row where we can find the equivalent value of what we are looking for. So I'm going to highlight this one because the items will be equivalent to the price. So that is what we are looking for. I'm going to enter that and it will says 200 for the price of a cake. It says cake 200, cake 200. Let's try to input the chocolate if it will input the 200 for its price. It says 100 rather, 100. So it works. Let's try the pizza. Enter 300. Let's try lastly the fries. It says 80. So that is what the lookup, it is used to look up a value in a one column range. Let's proceed to Vlookup. In Vlookup, it has 4 parameters, and in here, you can use this when you need to find things in a table or a range row. So the Vlookup is used to look up and find things in a table or range row. So earlier, the lookup is used only for the row, while the lookup is used for the whole table. So we can find the whole table in the VLOOKUP. Our formula for that is equal sign VLOOKUP, open and close parentheses. Inside that, we are going to choose the column address of what we will need to find. So we are going to choose this one because that is what we are going to look for, the amount of the item, which is the Barbie doll, comma. Next, we are going to highlight the whole table where we can find the value of what we are looking for. So I am going to highlight this table because that is where we can find the value of the item or the amount if we would we are looking for. Third is the column which we are looking to get the value. So this is the row 1, the item. Row 2 is the amount. Row 3 is the description. So row 2 is the column we are looking to get the value, which is the amount. So I'm going to input 2. Last one is we usually just indicate false to get the exact match. So I'm going to input false to get the exact amount, even though we are not 100% sure where that column is what we are looking to get the value. Going to enter. So Barbie doll is equivalent to the amount of $80. Same as here. I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste. So robot got $100. She's same as inside our table. Stuffed bear, $50. Car, $60. So that is what Vlookup for. To recap, the Vlookup is where when you need to find things in a table or row. So in a table or row, but the lookup is just for the rows or the columns. Lastly, let's proceed to pivot. So pivot tables are one of the most powerful and useful features in Excel. So we can think pivot table as a report. However, unlike a static report, a pivot table provides an interactive view of your data. So you can group data into categories, filter data, and even build charts. So we have the sample data for our pivot, this one. So to have our pivot, we're going to go to the insert, choose the pivot table. In here, we are going to highlight the table or the range where we have our sample data. So I'm going to highlight this whole. And then for the location, we usually just put the address cell, or we can already choose or put this one and then proceed to the insert in pivot table. So it will be the same. I'm going to click on OK. In here, we can see the pivot table fields. In here, we can customize. So I'm going to put the region inside the rows. So we can see it here. Going to put the items, the row we can see here. The items for east, the items for north, the items for south, and the west. The values, usually it is numerical, so I'm going to put the unit cost and sales. So here we can customize it to sort A to Z, sort Z to A. We can choose either one of them. And then we can also put the date for our filters. So here, if we only would like to get the date for this day, we are going to choose OK. So it will only show the date for East that has pencil, the item, the unit cost, sales, and the grand total. If you would like to get the other dates like this one, we can choose that. But if we also would like to filter the region, we can drag this one and put it to filters. So here we can see, or we can choose whether we would like to only see the east. We're going to choose that. If we would like to only see the north, we can do that. If we would like south, we can also do that. And west, and see that. If we would like to see all of it, We can just go select multiple items, check all of them, and okay. If that happens, it means that you messed up. So I'm going to delete this one. There, we are back. I'm very sorry for that error. Here, we can also customize and put the date. Let's put that to columns. So as we can see, the dates are in column and we can see, well, let's customize this first. So in order to do that, let's right click, show field list. Let's put the region here. And let's put the units here. Oh, I mean, it's just here. Or maybe let's not put the units. So it looks much nicer. So here we can see that the dates are February, January. So we can group that. Just right click, click on group. We can choose it the group by just years. So I'm going to choose by years. I'm going to click on OK. So we can see 2016. So it's much more neater and much more easier, much more nicer. There we can also choose whether we sort it to newest to oldest, sort it to oldest to newest. Let's customize it again. Would like to get the units. Let's put it here. There. Like to filter the units, we can do that. If we don't like the units, we can just drag it back there. If we like to filter the region, we can do that. Going to do the same thing as I did earlier there. So basically, the pivot is very flexible and that you can do whatever you wanted to do with your sample data. I mean, your sample data, you can categorize it, you can filter it, you can even build charts. And the pivot is very most powerful and useful feature in Excel. So that is our pivot, and that is my discussion for the Excel's functions. I hope you learn a lot. Thank you very much. Goodbye.